Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition? Stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion. Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die.
And here we are once again.
We are?
I think we are, Brother Tony. But first, Brother Mark, but first of all, I want to say thank you to your Thursday night talks. And I want to also thank all of the um, people who contributed to making us relevant to be on the show, because in my brother Tony voice, this ain't free. This screen yard ain't free. So I want everybody to again take the opportunity to like and share.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But not
Yes.
only like and share, but also scroll down our page either on Facebook, either on, YouTube. Subscribe to our, Facebook page as well as our YouTube page, and definitely help us out. With that being said, you
Spread
all
the word.
know my beautiful co-host, beautiful in a masculine way, because some brothers, they don't like to be called beautiful, but they are beautiful to me. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over.
Oh, Brother Tony. Yeah.
We are growing as a family, sister.
Yeah. I'm going to turn it over to my dear Brother Tony. Assalamualaikum.
Oh, walaikum salam. All praise is due to Allah. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is messenger and servant. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Abba Ragani, Hotep, free the land. Que pasa? What's happening? Sak pase. Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Talks, spearheaded by the 7th Region Coalition to Help Save Lives. The 7th Region Coalition to Help Save Lives was assembled by our student regional minister, Student Minister Patrick Muhammad, soon after the criterion message of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, where we were guiding our people to safety in the midst of a pandemic. The criterion message took place on July 4th, 2020. We were assembled to guide our people to be informed about a dangerous inoculation that our people were being told to take at that time. And we are still guiding our people to truth, righteousness, we're guiding our people to be saved.
Yes, sir.
And we could talk about in the Christian sense to be saved, but I mean our physical bodies, our minds, our spirit
That's
to be
right.
saved on all levels. Today, beloved family, we are broadcasting these broadcasts through the 9 ministries given to us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The 9 ministries were given to us in the midst of the Millions More movement. We were given 9 ministries, all geared towards saving lives. We have the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Trade and Commerce, the Ministry of Health and Human Services. We have various other ministries. However, tonight's ministry, we're focusing on the head ministry, which is Brother Mark. It lays down the base to it all, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that it is spirituality that lays the base to all of our activities, whether we're dealing with business or financing. Yes, that has to be spiritual when it comes down to any type of relationships that we foster. When it comes down to arts and culture, the base to it all has to be on the spiritual. So tonight, this ministry, the ministry of spiritual development, it bears the responsibility for assisting the individual member of the community in the process of heeding truth and right guidance. Respect, honor, and obedience to the authority of the Creator in all aspects of life are essential to peace, harmony, freedom, justice, and equality. In the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, self-development is an absolutely essential component of this microcosm of the new world. It is not enough that we grow horizontally through the acquisition of farms, factories, banks, industry, trade, commerce, money, good homes. Horizontal growth alone is death. All dead things are on a horizontal level. Therefore, we must grow vertically, grow in uprightness, or we will be overcome by our horizontal growth. The foundation of this ministry are study and training units, designed on the guidance of Allah God to produce self-examination, self-analysis, self-correction, and to quicken in each of us the self-accusing spirit. For it is only when we are awakened morally that we have to face the self-accusing spirit that leads to our resurrection. And so, since spirituality lays the base to it all, it should be with all of our relationships, including in our preparation for marriage. And so that leads our discussion here tonight, speaking about the 4th annual Jacksonville Singles Social. Brother, I turn it over to you.
That's
all praise is due to Allah.
Come on, we gotta do it like the old Arsenio Hall show, like how Sister Cleo was, woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Come on, Brother Mark, let's bring our guests on.
Shout out to the Doubt Pound. All right. First, I want to bring on, we got more than one guest.
Yes.
Let me start with this guest. Sister Tyshana X is an MGT GCC Vanguard out of Muhammad Mosque number 66 in Jacksonville, Florida. She has been registered since 2019. She enjoys the intersection of science and spirituality, which shows itself in her interests and pursuits. She is the owner of a business, Ocean of Life, LLC, a birth and postpartum doula, student midwife, scientist, writer, student in the ministry class, and much more. Bring to the stage Thursday Night Talk our dear sister, Tashana X. Bring on.
Here's our sister.
And by the way, this is my spiritual goddaughter too. So
Yeah,
y'all heard it.
I recognize.
You better
Okay.
recognize.
Next up, we have our dear brother Awi Muhammad. Born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, served in the Marines and attended Georgia State University with an undergrad in business. Served as a debt collector for the U.S. Treasury for more than 5 years and is now a real estate agent for Better Homes and Gardens. He joined our great Nation of Islam in 2012 and has no plans or desire to serve anywhere else. Let us bring on to the stage our dear brother Kawi Muhammad. Bring him on.
There he is.
Woo, woo, woo.
Oh,
I love it.
yeah.
You didn't do it like you did.
Look what you started, Sister
You
Khalila.
did it. You did it better. You did it better.
Yeah, Leah's fault for starting that. All right, we have 1 guest to go.
This is
Student
devastating.
Willie Muhammad is a native of New Orleans. He graduated from Walter L. Cohen High School and received his bachelor's degree in secondary education from Xavier University. He is married to Sister Michelle Muhammad, and they have 2 beautiful daughters, Nadi and Naziah. Brother Willie Muhammad has served as the student minister of Muhammad Mosque number 66 for nearly 20 years. He is a tireless and innovative champion to the cause of projecting positivity in the community. Mr. Muhammad is a gifted playwright. He received the August Wilson Reward in his works such as A Forced Family Tradition, A Black Tragedy, and Color Me Dead have been performed. He was also a member of the Black Drama Club while attending Xavier University. He has been honored to be one of the fellows in the Dr. Norman Francis Leadership Program at Xavier University, with each fellow personally approved by Dr. Francis. He is presently teaching history and social studies on the secondary level at a local high school in New Orleans. He founded and hosts the online show, I Have a Testimony, which chronicles the lives and wisdom of such individuals as Rock Newman, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, Dougie Fresh, Father Michael Flavor, and many others. This successful program has become nationally recognized as a collection of contemporary historical facts rarely known to the broader public. Mr. Muhammad has contributed voiceover work for a hip-hop album produced by New Orleans jazz musician Irvin Mayfield titled Supreme Beings. He has developed and spearheaded a conflict resolution program, allowing him to present and conduct training in over 25 cities. In addition to traveling extensively to share conflict resolution strategies, he has also traveled to cities conducting workshops on how to study effectively and workshops focused on marriage and courtship. He remains continually active in New Orleans, building and strengthening relationships to benefit and educate citizens. His outreach program, Friendships in All Walks of Life, has hosted many community leaders, including Big Chief Tyrone Gaspy of the Mohawk Hunters Mardi Gras Indians. He was recently honored by the Shriners of the Masonic Lodge of New Orleans, the Oriental Lodge, where he became the first ever honorary lecturer. In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, Mr. Muhammad was instrumental in helping the community survive and overcome the challenges presented by this monumental event. He worked with other activists who fought to see justice in the case of the law enforcement officers who injured and murdered a family on the Danziger Bridge. Mr. Muhammad also served on the advisory board for the first female mayor of New Orleans, Mayor Latoya Cantrell. He is also the creator of Yes, Make It Plain, a Nation of Islam themed taboo style educational game. Make It Plain is designed to help participants grow in their understanding of the teachings of the Muslim Elijah Muhammad and the work of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. By using the engaging clues and group interaction, the game builds knowledge, encourages dialogue, and fosters unity in a fun and interactive way. In addition to his community work, Mr. Muhammad is an author, and his books can be purchased on Amazon. Mr. Muhammad is available for interviews, community development, consultation, and lectures. He enjoys working in the arts with musicians and actors. However, his first love is to the youth. He strongly believes that success of any future endeavor truly belongs to them. Bring on to the stage my dear brother, your dear brother, our dear brother, student minister, Willie Muhammad.
There he is.
Assalamualaikum, family.
Walaikum salam.
Y'all killing me with who.
First of all, let me tell you all something. I am so excited about this event. The reason why I'm excited, first of all, because in our teachings, we want for our brother and sister what we want for ourselves.
That's right.
And we're going to have singles coming to Jacksonville, Florida, all over I want to say all over the globe, because I want to make this thing an international thing, right? So coming soon. But it's really near and dear to my heart, because I know that the people who have not only been single, but who have found love and continue to believe in love is going to also be here as well. So not only are we going to have singles who are finding that match and learning by the grace and mercy of Allah to find that match, but also chaperones to teach, train, and kind of advise how they became one, and just some ideas in that in that particular standpoint. But I don't want to belabor the point. Again, as everybody knows, this is a very beautiful topic of mine, one of my favorites. I know everybody says everyone is your favorite, but this one is definitely one of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
So with that being said, that's
Yes,
what I
ma'am.
wanted to share.
Praise be to Allah. Well, on that note, Sister Khalila, we're going to
Yes.
go ahead and begin our series of questioning.
Mhm.
And we encourage the audience that's tuning in to, you could ask questions as well to this august body of, this panel that has joined us here tonight. We're going to begin with, because it's always a beautiful thing to see growth and development in our mosques, in our study groups. When believers experience success, when it comes down to success, it may result in marriage, but it may not result in marriage. Maybe it's an experience where we learn more about ourselves at these beautiful gatherings, these single socials. There have been 3 prior single socials in Jacksonville. If one of you could, or the 3 of you, Brother Kawi, you weren't there for the previous ones, but Sister Taishana, you've been there, and Student Minister Willie, you've been there. If you could expound on some of the success stories that you've heard and experienced personally that have come out of these single socials.
You want me to go first?
Sister Taishana, do you want to go first? We know it's always sisters first.
Sure, I can go first.
Praise be to Allah.
Of course, we always start off in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, bearing witness that there is no God but Allah, and that Muhammad is his servant and messenger. I would like to greet you all in the greeting words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
All right, praise be to Allah. So when we talk about the single social, just to give a little background, we started off in 2023. Sister Angela, there was a group of sisters that we met pretty regularly at Sister Angela's house. And in that year, there was a single social event held by Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia, which we know as the Marriage Keepers. They also do marriage retreats, and then they also do single socials from time to time. So a group of sisters from Jacksonville, they actually went to their event in Miami, and they came back, and they were excited. They had insight from their experience and so on and so forth. However, those events were only held once a year. So Sister Angela, she was fired up, And based on, other conversations that she had with other sisters about their qualms and like grievances of like being single and opportunities and such, she presented the idea to us to have our own single socials here in Jacksonville. And as women, we give birth. So we, came together, and we, by the grace and help of Allah, we were able to have a single social a few months later in August. It went well. It went well, praise be to Allah. Of course, we start off humble beginnings. So we had a nice little intimate group of people, but that was not without its fun, its success. And then the next month I mean, not the next month, but we had such great reviews from it that the same year in December, we had another one. And that one turned out bigger and better. That's when we invited Brother Minister Willie to be our, you know, the minister who comes and heads the workshop and everything like that. He's been with us ever since. So he came back to the next one the next year, September 2024. He was there, and then he'll be here, inshallah, again this year. Praise be to Allah.
Yeah.
So each year it has gotten bigger. We've had more participants, both in person and online. It's gained a lot of traction. We've had people. We have actually gotten international. Some people from London actually, want to come. They're interested. So speaking it into existence,
That's
and
right.
we've had more sisters turn up. We had more brothers come up. We've had courtships come out of it. And we are even having a wedding ceremony this year from some believers who met. And a lot of participants who have come to the ceremony, they have been in courtships. They are either engaged, they have become married, or they are getting married. So, the work is working.
Praise be to
Praise.
Allah.
To Minister Willie, your testimony.
I first thank you all for this invitation to be on your show. And I commend you all for the work that you all are doing. I'm thankful for Sister Angela and the committee that have been putting on this single social every year and being allowed to participate in it, so I'm appreciative of it. My testimony of it is that, believers are coming there and they're investing in themselves. They're coming there and learning the skills that they need and hearing information that dispels some of the misunderstanding that we have as it relates to male and female interaction within the Nation of Islam. Because we still have in the nation, even though the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said we must create, environments where single believers can engage with one another. And that's what this single committee is doing in Jacksonville. But some people are still having barriers like, I don't know what to say to a sister. I don't know, should I give the brother greetings or ask the brother anything after the mosque? And all of this stuff is putting barriers in the road that prevents people from getting opportunity to know one another, right? So at the workshops and what we've been doing, people are enjoying themselves, which we need to enjoy ourselves, but also learning skills and looking within themselves and then doing the work to prepare themselves for a mate. And as our sister pointed out, some people have entered in courtship when they came. Some people have entered into courtship and now married and now engaged after attending the single social.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. The beautiful thing is I was privy to some of that shared love. And when I say the testimonies, oh my God, I mean, you might as well get your tissue because, it's just one of those things that it's definitely something that's needed. And Brother Willie, you hit it on the nail. It is something that the minister want us to create. And the beautiful thing is Jacksonville is really doing their thing and showing up and showing out for the singles around the nation. This is actually a group question. Courtship. Why do you feel that official courtship is not exercised or pursued as much as it should amongst single believers? You know, like you have those, oh, I see someone on Facebook, I'm gonna slide in their DMs, or um, if I'm going to, I'm going to just approach the sister and not really, I just want to talk to them and have talk shits instead of courtships. Why is that not exercised or pursued as much?
I would say, leading as we lead up to the single social in Jacksonville, one of the things I asked Sister Angela to do to help me prepare the workshops is to send out a survey to get the views of both the brothers and the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And the responses are kind of confirming to me something that I've noticed when I've traveled around our nation. I think the courtship process is a victim of a lot of perceptions that are really misperceptions that are not based on real conversations that are based upon facts. I feel that from what I'm seeing, we have brothers and sisters in their corners and they have certain ideas and perceptions about the MGT, and the MGT have certain ideas and perceptions about the FOI. And what that does is creating a hesitancy. And some of the perception is there are brothers who feel that the MGT have expectations that are unrealistic. And I think what they're doing is they may be talking to one or two sisters and they're painting the majority of the MGT in that brush.
Yes,
Then
sir.
you have some sisters who are saying the brothers don't want a righteous woman. They want to go out after lost founds. And so they have this view of brothers that way. But we don't have the stats. Like we have to, when the Savior came, he gave us actual facts. What's the actual percentage of brothers in the Nation of Islam who are married to MGT compared to those who are not?
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
We're not having these discussions. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about the single social and the workshops is that we give the brothers and sisters the opportunity to have these discussions with one another and hear what sisters are saying. And most of the times I haven't really heard many sisters. I can't think of a sister who had expectations that were far and beyond. I've heard sisters say that the brother at least has to bring something to the table.
Right.
And nothing is wrong with that.
Right.
So I think that's one of the reasons. And I also think that for brothers, and I don't think brothers will be not too many brothers are forthright and transparent with this. And I understand. I think the financial difficulty in the question of could I provide for a family is producing brothers to be hesitant. But that's the purpose of courtship. So when we get into courtship, this is my finances. This is what I can have. What I can, this is what I have. The sister, this is what I can. Okay, now let's see how we can make that work together.
Right.
But when we're not having those conversations, we're judging each other. It's kind of bringing out, we have these, we're suffering from our prejudices, if I can describe it like that.
And I want to try to chime in on that as well.
Yes.
First of all, in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness there's no God but Allah, Muhammad's messenger. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, our divine reminder and warner that's in our midst. I'd like to greet everybody with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
And thank you for giving me the invite to come on the 70 Region Coalition. I'd like to thank Sister Angela for allowing me to be a part of this experience. Student Minister Willie brought research and data. I can't compete with that. What I have, though, as a single brother that's been going to a lot of single socials is the posts of the brothers that don't have enough nerve to actually speak. And so I ain't trying to be controversial. It's just an issue that comes up is, I know brothers' complaints, and I've had the experience as well that, the amount of time it takes for a courtship request to get to a sister. And sometimes deflate a brother into one of the, sometimes, it might be a little easier to just DM them versus submit the courtship request form. So, I brought it out. I think that that's a real issue, a real conversation need to be had, that need to be solved. And I think if we can go from getting the nerves up enough to fill out the courtship request form and submit it, then I think there should be a reasonable amount of time, a fair amount of time that it should get to the targeted sister. That's what I say. And like I say, ain't trying to start nothing.
No, start it.
It's talked about.
Look, in the customer service world, I always say all calls are monitored and recorded for quality assurance. So yes, put it out there, because that is a reality. And I have heard that it does discourage the brothers, and they're waiting and all kind of thoughts are going in the head. Did the sister reject me? Did the sister not want me? I didn't get a response, and it's very discouraging. So I can definitely understand your point in regards to that, Brother Kawhi.
Sister Kalila, I would say be insistent and persistent. Don't allow Mark Zuckerberg to be your FOI captain, because he's not your FOI captain. Get out of that DM.
I look, overstood.
It's not an excuse now to go to the DM. I'm just saying.
Right.
That's why.
That could be one of the reasons why they might go that route. That's all.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. No, understood, beloved.
Sister Tashana.
What's it?
Yes, ma'am. So, with the whole all the DMs and stuff, that is a thing, and unfortunately, especially like when many of us have come out of the world, and we are striving to put both legs on one side of the fence, and that side of the fence is Islam. We can't be teeter-tottering. And it can be hard, like, since we have not been taught the science of mating, it can be hard to get out of that, where we approach a sister as if she is somebody who's just walking down the street. Unfortunately, we cannot, well, fortunately, we cannot do that. We should not do that. We have to, because courtship is our protection. When we have things that are official on paper, we're more inclined to, allow our righteousness to sustain us.
Right.
And that's what courtship allows us to do, is allow that righteousness to sustain us, allow us to, and it is like we kind of shy away from the commitment and the discipline of it. When you hear the word chaperone, as grown people, it's like, do I need somebody to chaperone me? Like, are we in elementary? But our mindset can be elementary.
Right.
How we listen to temptation can be elementary. So we have to come out of that. And that's the way that courtship protects us, because it allows us to have those checks and balances so that we can focus on when we're inclined to a man. When a man is inclined to us, we can come up out of our lower selves and actually examine each other, so that way we know whether we want to make that true commitment, and we can strive to keep those feelings that may develop from doing outside of what we're taught down, so that way we don't have so much brokenness that we have seen in our community.
Okay. I have a second part question in regards to the courtship papers. When there is an entry of a courtship paper and it goes to I guess the brother, on the brother side, it goes directly through the FOI captain, and then the student FOI captain, and the student FOI captain then reach out to the student FOI captain in whatever city that the sister is in, and then the FOI captain in the city that the sister is in then goes to the sister captain to see if the sister is prepared or ready for courtship. Now, when the sister and vice versa the brother, because sisters do, ask for brothers in courtship, which is very um it's not common, but it has happened. What should be the turnaround time for a sister to respond once they receive the courtship papers?
You know, as it relates to being a student minister of a mosque, one of the things that I stress to the laborers in our mosque is not to be dragging our feet on getting papers to people. And this is me personally speaking.
Yes, sir.
We, in this day and age of technology, it is nothing to send a text message.
Right.
It is nothing to send an email. So like sometimes I find like that hard to believe that we so busy that we just can't send an email to say, hey, somebody's trying to court you, or a sister, or a text message.
There
And
you
then I think sometimes, sister, and this is why the minister in the courtship manual, he kind of said like how people can go, if they decide to go into courtship, then they can come and let the laborers know that we're in courtship, because he began to start seeing how people were interfering in people's desire to begin a courtship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
As a laborer, we do not have the power to say, you can't court this sister.
That's right.
And I'm going to tell you a personal experience that I had. What we can do is, if we have any reservations, we can share them with the sister and the brother together, but
Right.
ultimately it is their decision.
Right.
When I was a captain one time, a brother put in a courtship request, and I didn't feel that he was stable. So I was like, brother, you're not ready to court. And he went and reported it to our regional captain. And our regional captain called me and said, you don't have the authority to do that. And he talked about how the regional captain at that time talked about how when he first started courting his wife, he didn't have a lot, but they've been married for a long time. And the point that he was making is that none of us know what something is going to evolve in. So a lot of times we find, sometimes some of us in these positions, we want to micromanage somebody else's personal life. That's not for us to do. Like, these are grown men and women when you think about it. So we share what we will do the same thing we would do with as parents. And we had our son and our daughter. Listen to me. This is my concerns about this young man, or this is my concerns about this young lady. This is what I feel, but ultimately it's your decision.
Right.
And I think another thing is that, just like, we're not, if you can talk to various people from different cities and you can come up with 10 different understandings about the courtship process. So it has to be formalized. It has to be formalized. Like if you eat McDonald's, a number one is a number one, whether I'm in New Orleans or if I'm in Japan.
That's right.
It's gonna be a Big Mac.
Right.
And it's so much stuff, right? I had been a minister for years and I had known nothing about the courtship form. A brother mentioned that to me. I said, what is that? And he sent it to me.
So praises be to Allah. Sister Tashana, if somebody, wants to be blessed by your presence and say, hey, I want to go to courtship with this sister. Here's the paper, and you get the paper and you're looking at it like, hey, this is the paper. What they do. How long does it take for you to decide whether you're going to say yay or whether you're going to say nay?
It doesn't take me that long. First of all, when I get papers, or if I get papers, I am first going to ask questions to their brother captain. Of course, every communication goes through my sister captain. But send a list of questions about that brother regarding his time in the nation, what his charity looks like, what his papers look like, things to gain more of a background on that brother's activity. Because, I'm on a striving FOI, a present
Right.
FOI, because I'm striving to be an active MGT GCC Vanguard.
Right. That's right.
So, and then once I get that information, if it is satisfactory to me, I go ahead and, because we can have a introductory conversation to, gain some more information. I'm going to ask you some questions, a list of questions that I have to determine if, the answers that I receive spark the interest for me to go ahead and accept that request. And so that shouldn't take like no more than a week.
Okay. Okay. No more than a week. All right. That's fair. That's fair. And I like the introduction. When I was not as privy, but I heard that your sister captain, which is Sister Latrice, which is my captain, and brother student captain, Brother Frederick, actually do a introduction to a you know um, possible courtship. And I think that that is a very wise approach, because paperwork sometimes is just not enough. That conversation can kind of spark either it's going to be on one side versus the other. So I think that's an awesome contribution to courtship. Um, Brother Kaiwi,
Yes, ma'am.
how do I mean, somebody, send you some courtship papers, Now I know the brother is really, different from the sister, or might not be. Some brothers be like, hey, courtship, I'm good. Let's do it. Call the brothers up. I'm ready. I don't know. But in your case, if you get courtship papers because you indicated that you're single, am I correct? And a
Yes,
brother
ma'am.
sister wants to go into courtship with you, how long do you normally, or how do you feel that a brother should take in regards to a response?
Wow. Well, that is a put you on the spot question. Wow.
You got a lot of courtship papers, huh? I see they're stacking up on your desk.
This thick, yes, ma'am.
Oh
So,
boy.
um, that was a beautiful answer by Sister Tashana. But
Yeah.
I probably would make that decision if they ask me, because I think the questions are you available for courtship or not, and they ask you, you answer yes or no. Well, somebody's interested in you,
Right.
and so if I answer yes, I'm available, then the next thing is I guess they're going to say that, oh, this is the person, and I can say I'm not interested or not. But that wouldn't be a decision that takes a week. I probably would make that decision probably on the spot, a day at the most.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And that's
Mind
being
made up.
straight up. Yeah. If I'm ready, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Praises be to Allah. Thank you so much for your questions, your
Praise
answers.
Allah.
Well,
Praise.
hold on. I think Mark was Mark.
Yeah, Mark is single.
Mark, what you think?
But you got to understand the format of the show, dear brother. We are
Brother Cowie is too used to being on the other side and with the Jock
Brother, can
brothers.
we say,
So he wants to ask
wait a
questions.
minute. Wait
But,
a minute.
I'm
Brother
with
Mark.
I'm with you, brother. It wouldn't take long to answer, but like it don't happen to me. I'm not like y'all. I don't have a stack this thick on my desk, so it doesn't happen. But anyway, let's go to the question I have.
Yes, ask your question, Brother Mark, before Brother Cowie asks you another question.
No, before he asked me another question. Getting back to I heard Student Minister Willie talk about, this word expectation. Okay. We all have in our mind what we consider to be the perfect spouse for us. And some of us get locked into what I call looking for the perfect mate. So I ask the question because some of us have been on this search, and there's a cartoon with a picture of a skeleton on a bench, and it's titled "Looking for the Perfect Mate." Now, so I want to ask, what advice do you have for those of us that are single that are just, we're looking for that perfect mate? You know, the brother's looking for the perfect physical form sister, the sister looking for the 7-figure earning brother. What advice do you have for people? Is it possible, or should they pull back on their expectations a little? What say you? Let's start with Student Minister Willie.
First of all,
he had to say about this.
Student Minister Willie just took off his earphone. I'm just letting y'all know. Like it's a wrap. Let me just
I think sometimes the expectations that we have,
come on, below.
Like I've noticed, like people, I need to know this before I court her. I remember I asked the brother, like, what do you need to know? He was talking about I need to know her credit score before you court her.
Huh?
Like we have all of this stuff. I need to know this. And it's been in people's minds until you talk to them and like, brother, that's what you've learned when you are in the courtship.
Right.
We're trying to have courtship discussions with somebody that you're not supposed to be in courtship with, that you're not in courtship with. Like when you mentioned about, you use the HR example, when people call, say this phone call is going to be monitored, right?
Right.
You notice like when you get them on a call, they want to know, are you Willie Muhammad? Yes. Is this your address? Yes. Now we can begin to start talking about this business because they approve my identification. Like people be trying to have these conversations that you have in courtship, and we're not even courting. And then the other thing too is everybody, let's say a sister does have a desire to have a brother that makes $700,000 a year. That's fine. But if you know that you're not that brother, then it's just, I'm not the one for her.
Period.
And that's it. And that, like sometimes we're trying to force ourselves into something. If she has those expectations, if he has an expectation or he wants a young sister, fine. I'm not young.
Right.
And I'm not having any children. So, we should look at it as that makes it easy. I will scratch him or her off of my list. But what we do is we take that person's expectation and we paint all the FOI and we paint all the MGT. And then we say courtship, they don't want to court. And I heard a former MGT captain say this. She said, you are not married. You're not marrying an FOI. You're not marrying an MGT. She said, you are marrying a brother and sister Muslim who are striving to become that.
That's right. Come on, beloved.
And we miss that. And a lot of this stuff that is barriers that we're putting in our own mind.
That's actual fact.
And then we're talking, the brothers don't want this, the sisters don't want this. Come on, man. And then like, how you have the audacity to want a perfect FOI and the MC, and we know we ain't perfect.
Right.
I teach it, man.
Right.
We got we having these ideas, and it's like, it's causing us to slow the process, the courtship process, which is meant to, is an antidote to them depriving us out of the science of mating.
Oh, yes.
Brother Kawi.
Oh, wow. I can't come behind Student Minister Willie on that one.
Oh, yes, you can.
No, I have nothing to add to that. I think that was absolutely outstanding. I thought that was a great answer.
Well, let's go to the second self of God, Sister Ashana.
I mean, Brother Willie, you were spot on. Like, and when you mentioned the word perfect, I was thinking as soon as Brother Mark asked that question, it's like we don't live in a perfected world. So where are we going to find perfect? we're not going to find that in any person or any person that we're trying to mate. So, you know, we have to be real with ourselves. And also, if we're looking for perfect, like I was thinking a while ago, some years ago, about, you know, things that I thought I wanted in a mate. And, you know, when we write those things down, we also have to analyze ourselves. Whatever we're looking for in that person, we should have a compliment to go along with that. If we don't, scratch it off your list, because you're not equipped to handle what you're looking for in that individual. So also, you know, I think about brother student Minister Nuri. He mentioned in one of his books, and I believe he said it in a lecture as well, that, you know, whatever we're looking for in a person, when we're writing down our list, we should have spiritual, personality traits, and then physical. Our spiritual list should be the longest. And if that person has 70% of what you are looking for, then, I mean, there you go. Pursue
There
it.
it is. That's
Like
right. I love that. I love that. And I think that is a good exercise
right.
for self-preservation and, you know, self-analysis, because you're being true to yourself. So if you're being true to yourself, you want to be able to find somebody that will be able to match your truth, not some type of illusion or you know, expectation or standard that's so boxed in and unbelievable, right? So I think that that is a definite a perfect um,
Practice.
practice, but not only practice, but ingredients to striving to find that perfect mate. And then you say 30% physical, or you said 70% spiritual or 30% physical?
No, ma'am. Off of that whole list, spiritual should
Okay.
be longest, then
Okay.
personality, then physical, which should be shortest. And he said if they have
Shortest. Okay.
70% of all of that, then the other
Okay.
30%
The whole tie. Okay.
And
Yes, sir.
you know something? They've done research studies on male and female as in singles.
Hmm.
And one of the things that they found out is that when most people are writing their lists, what they end up settling for is not what they had on their list. This is people
Right.
who are
Right.
not in the nation
Right.
this time. But here's something, here's an informal experiment to do. When you talk to single people in your city, ask them, be honest. Have you taken the time out and wrote down a list of what you want in a potential spouse? You'll be shocked to find out that the vast majority of them have not done it.
I've
I
not
can
done it.
agree.
Mm.
I can agree. Shooting
But
from
yeah,
the hip.
but they're talking, right? Like our sister has done it. You know, when I was getting in preparation to be married, I sat down and wrote down a list, and I looked at qualities that I saw in various sisters in the nation and in our mosque. I would like somebody that studies like Mother Tanetta or whatever, right? I would like somebody that has a zeal for being at the mosque, like there's a sister in our city, Sister Lenora. And I wrote that down and it helped me. But like with most of us, like they haven't even written it down. And it's kind of like you sisters know when you shop. They tell people go into the store with your list of what you want to buy. Because
Yeah,
what that does is it reduces the chances of you picking up those cookies or the cookies that's on sale 2 for $5. You know what I'm saying? You know your budget, you know what we need to get. But most of the time, if we don't have an idea what we have in our mind, we don't get it. And as I said, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said, and it inspired a book that I've written, the minister said, if we want to understand what type of mate we need to examine ourselves. But he said that battle with self is the most difficult battle anybody can engage in. They're not giving out purple medals and and 5-star medals for self-improvement. You and I are the only group of people that gather together on a meeting weekly on Friday in the name of self-improvement.
Right.
Come on.
And if we really engaged in it, not just lip service and, you know, getting there and want to talk about how dirty the white man is, if we really engaged in it,
Come on.
we will begin to remove the plank from our own eye, and we can see what type of spouse we potentially need.
Come on.
Come on.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Student Minister Willie, I have a question for all of you, but before I go to that question, we have a sister, Nikisha out of Tampa. She asked this question. Student Minister Willie, do you encourage singles traveling to different cities for potential mates?
I do. And I know some people don't. But let's look at the reality. It's modern times.
Right.
If there are no single believers in your city, what you gonna do? I'm gonna wait till Brother Kyrie going fish me a husband. In less than an hour away, less than 2 hours away, there is a mosque full of single believers.
Talk to me.
In our mosque now, we're coming right now. We back at this phase now where we have an abundance of single believers now. And some people say, well, you know, it's hard on the courtship. The courtships don't last. We don't have the stats on that, right? But we got believers who have been courting each other in the same city, and the marriages haven't worked. And maybe the distance might be a blessing that it prevents us from engaging in behavior that's derailing everything else.
Aye, Captain.
So the thing is, if we should take time, why not? If they're not in the city, are we gonna wait for the mystery guard to bring us food, shelter, and clothing?
Come on, man. Talk to me.
Right.
And in this age of modern technology, we can have a conversation like this.
Right.
To find out. Then maybe because your flesh is 100 miles or 200 miles away from me, now I gotta focus on your mind.
Come on.
That's it. That's
So you have some people that they have not entered. They were courting at a time when the mosque was filled with single people in your city.
Right.
But that's not the reality now.
Oh man.
What we gonna do?
Well, so I most definitely agree with Student Minister Willie. Yeah, traveling is prescribed by Brother Kawi. If you don't see a sister in your city that you're interested in, then please travel. Look, I have I'm in courtship now.
Breaking news.
Go on with your bad self.
All here on the 7th Region Coalition.
Come on.
But I'm very fortunate to find a sister in my city. However, before I found her, I was very close to, I had gathered a couple of brothers that didn't mind traveling. That was like, look, I'm in Atlanta. I was like, let's hit Macon Mars. Let's hit Augusta Mars. Let's hit Columbus Mars. So we was going to do this once a month as a crew. I just so happened to be fortunate enough to find somebody in the city that I was in. So me traveling to Jacksonville, and she's coming too, it's going to be about just learning, just getting this information right here. And my traveling crew, we make it fun. Get some brothers in your cities and travel to Jacksonville or any other single social that's going on. It's fun. It's male bonding. It's high spirited. You get to know each other. And in a dark time like this, what better way to bond with a brother than hitting that road? Because when this dark time comes, not only if you're going to need your queen by your side, but you're going to need some good brothers by your side that remember you when you inspired them to go try to get themselves at least in courtship for the potential getting a wife. So I salute that. Yes, ma'am. You should travel.
And the funny thing is, Brother Kawi, when I was single, I used to travel, and sometimes it was for business, but I did visit every mosque that I traveled at. And even if I did not find a mate there, right? I I end up gaining friends
That's
that I
right.
can actually say, oh, you know what? I met this brother. I think he might jail with you. Let me see, if he's available for courtship. I know that you are because you're my friend, but let me see if he's available for courtship. And then you get to meet people outside of the realm that you're familiar with, you know. And that's how I found my husband. I mean, I was working in Columbus. He was working in he was working, where was he working at? I think he was working in
Uh,
somewhere.
uh,
But yeah, but he was working. And so when but before we passed our you know our experiences, we passed, I think I was in a courtship one time, and I got married and he got married and he got a divorce and I got a divorce. It was all, but we passed. And as we passed, we got to know who each other was. If I didn't know who that brother was, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't have got married to him. But because I knew who he was
Right.
and knew a little bit about him, I knew the characteristics about who my husband was before I got married. So yes, I encourage that because again, you can't. I mean, especially with women, the only three places you going to is work, home, and to the malls, and you ain't finna find nobody there during that route. And us as women, we ain't finna take no scenic route. We going straight home, do what we got to do, and bring it back in. So I
And let me
encourage
say this, and for the brothers and for the sisters, and when you go to another mosque, go there shining.
that's right.
Mhm.
Hey, brothers, go there with your best suit on,
That's
brothers.
right.
Right.
If you in casual clothes, go there with your casual clothes. Go there
Marcus.
looking good. Go there with your haircut.
Now
Don't
good too.
don't lose the swag.
Right.
Go there and make them say that they can't even listen to who teach. Sis, they got a new brother. Who is that?
Who is that?
Mhm.
Right.
Go
Who's
there.
that girl?
Go get your suit altered and fitted. Go there looking good.
Right. Right.
Sister
There you
Tashana,
go.
would you like to chime in?
I mean, I concur with everybody else. Like, we have a nation,
Right. There you go.
not just a city. Just it's not just one mosque. We have many mosques, over 100. So we have many places to visit. Like, let's take the path of Master Fard Muhammad.
There you
He
go.
he visited every inhabitable part of the earth. So let's visit everywhere that we have that is available to us in our nation, because if we're so-called dissatisfied in our cities and there's nobody there, dissatisfaction brings about change. So what are we
Mhm.
doing to change our environment, to open our options, and see, how everybody else, what is available to us,
Right.
what resources are available to us. And then, even if, like you said, Sister Kalila, even if we're not meeting somebody in every city, the first city we visit, we may not find our husband, our wife, but we are building and unifying our
That's
nation just
right.
by building those relationships and, building that camaraderie. Because at the end of the day, we need this unification in the time that we're in.
I would say if you're about the work, you will find your spouse doing the work.
Mm,
But
mm.
beloved family, I have another question. Before we make the decision to court or to pursue courting, how important is it that we take time to know ourselves better? How can we be helped to come out of thinking too much like single people?
Listen, you
To Minister
this
Willie, I'm going to begin with you.
is found in the teachings. Look at the originator. He was by himself for eons.
Yes, yes.
But in studying himself, we are taught he found out there were some things in himself that he wasn't pleased with, and he began to start looking for a way to perfect it. And then looking for a way to better himself, he knew what type of mate he needed.
Mm,
Mm, mm, mm, mm.
So as we are single, what are we doing? And I'm
mm.
not just talking about the surface of the surface self-improvement. Self-improvement is the basis of community development. Yeah. Who are you? I'm the original black man. My nature is Muslim. Yeah. But who are you?
Who are you?
What are your strengths? What are your challenges? What are your hurts that you haven't gotten over? What past relationships or lack of, how have they affected you in your view now? Like, if you had to, there's this guy that did his show is called Diary of a CEO. And he interviewed this black dude who's considered one of the top matchmakers. And this man said something that was very interesting. He said that they were talking about arranged marriages. And he's saying that he's not saying that he was a proponent of it, but he said it was some interesting observation that people were against arranged marriages, but when they look at arranged marriages, they have less divorce rates than those that are not arranged.
That is true.
But he said one of the things that they do, he said when they do arranged marriages, he said that they don't even bring the potential couples together to meet. He said it's the family members who go and meet with the other family members. Tell me about your son. Tell me about your daughter. Okay, I think that would be a good match. So he said he borrowed from that principle. He said that when clients come to him, he said he don't even ask them initially what they wanted to make. He said, give me the list of 5 or 6 people who you feel know you better than anybody else. And he said he develops their profile based upon what the closest people around them say. Because he said that sometimes the people that's involved who are looking for a spouse, they bring their emotions. And the emotions, oh, he looks so good. Look at Samson in the Bible. His daddy and mama told him he wanted a woman. It was like, he said, I desire her. She looks good. And his daddy was like, yo, man, she's not even an Israelite. He was caught up in how that woman looked.
Right.
So what if we did that? What if we got with those brothers and sisters in the mosque who tell us the truth, even when we don't want to hear it, and we asked them, what type of spouse, what type of mate do you think I probably need? What will happen?
What will happen? Awesome.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Wow.
Allah. Excellent.
This is Tyshawn.
Sister Tyshawn.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very important to know ourselves before we go into a courtship or even in the process of like waiting or working towards a courtship. Like Student Minister Willie, he brought up the originator. He went through a process of deep introspection, going deep within himself. If we want to, we have to follow that formula. Because how are we going to know what we need in somebody if we don't know ourselves?
That's right.
Student Minister Ava, may Allah continue to be pleased with her. She even said in one of her books that everyone has to, comes a time when everyone has to be alone. They're going to be alone. What are we doing in that alone time? Sitting around, woe is me, or engaging in other unproductive things? Are we taking the time to really delve into ourselves, get close to the God, get close to like knowing what our purpose is, what we need, what we desire, mining out the things within ourselves that Allah knows is within us, but we don't necessarily know. Also, the minister in one of his lectures, he gave us an assignment to sit down and be real with ourselves. Write a list of our good qualities and our bad qualities, our not so good qualities, and then go to work on changing those, transforming those not so good qualities about ourselves.
That's right.
Because we want to, as it can coincide with that list that we have that we talked about our mate. If there's something in ourselves that is not so good that we see can be a hindrance to that relationship, to the courtship, to the marriage that we desire, we have to try to remove that dross from ourselves so that we can become the best version of ourselves, so that we can be equipped for marriage and for the partner that we so deserve.
Good teaching.
And,
Brother
to
Cowie.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both answers was great. All I could do is add to that is, just be patient with yourself while you are uh, discovering yourself or studying yourself. Study what make you angry. What is about this person that when I'm around them, I get so angry. You got to know so that when that happens again, you can deal with it. So that when you in another relationship, that issue won't present itself. You got to just take time with yourself and love on yourself. And all kind of we go with your diet, with your studies, with your service. And like Brother Tony just said, when you normally, if you just take time with yourself, you'll probably find your wife working in the mosque alongside you. So
That's right.
so no time limit on that though. I guess the question is, how much time do you think it should take? The God took a long time studying himself. He didn't rush it. So why are we in such a big rush? Just take your time.
All praises to Allah. All right. Let's talk some numbers here for this next.
Here we go.
And it can be proven in no limit of time. So, according to the most recent data, U.S. households that consist of 4 people average of $8,640 per month in 2022. This works out to an average annual expenditure of $101,514. So my question to the panel: should brothers making less than $50,000 annually get married? Now, Student Minister Willie did make a statement earlier that kind of addresses that, but I want to expand on this. Looking at the cost of what it takes. This is reality now.
It's reality.
For a family, and men are the maintainers of women. So it's coming from not the woman. If I'm making less than half of what it takes to support a family, should I even think about getting married until I go and get that money? Get that money.
2 things that come to mind, and I would encourage us to go back and read that verse in the Quran that talks about men are the maintainers of women. Then Allah says, and some he's made, help me out, he says, some he's made to excel at, right? That there's some that doing it on a level where their wife don't have to pay any bills.
Right.
They got it.
Some excel others.
But the vast majority doesn't. And I think sometimes we miss because the way that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says it, because he's not about forcing us to do things. How many of us have heard the minister say in some lectures in this modern time where he say, in this day and time, it takes 2 incomes to keep a family's head above the water. But that goes fast over people's head.
That's right.
And we still holding people up to the ideal. But this is the reality. So the thing is, in regards to, this is where we come together. Yeah, I might not be able to do that on myself, but coming together, we can float a household.
Right.
And then when we come together, still the majority of the weight should be on the brother.
Yes, sir.
But there are sisters who are out there that say, that's how we can pull this thing together and we work toward this. When I first got married, my wife was working.
Wow.
I had 2 jobs. I'm working as a teacher and then working as a Sears credit collection. But I began to start doing stuff, acquiring real estate. Well, then my wife was able to stay home.
Wow.
And then Katrina hit. But sometimes we're thinking that it has to start off like that.
Wow.
And what we do is brothers are having this thing, well, I know she ain't gonna want to do this. Guess what? There are some sisters who don't want to be housewives.
Wow.
There are some sisters who have degrees and they know my home is the base, but I want to use my talents and my skills and have a business. You see what I'm saying? But that's why we have to have these discussions and say, Let's see how can we do something together to make this marriage, this union, a winning team.
Mm.
But we're not having that discussion. And we're suffering from it.
Yes, sir.
So we got to have that discussion and see, like, yo, I told him when I got married, like, yo, this is my account. This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'll close on this point. A brother told me, you will know the right one because the right one will be able to carry your baggage.
Wow.
I didn't went to the gym and I see them boys hitting that big 500 thing. And they getting up chiseled. Yeah, I can't do that. Let me go grab that 25 to 225 pounds. I'm carrying my weight.
Student Minister Willie, correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the most successful marriages is, see, if a marriage is carried out right, the brother will allow the sister to encourage him to find ways to step up his game and make more money.
And not only encourage him, we'll help him to do so.
Come on, brother. Come on.
But we're like, I'm telling you, we're not like, sometimes I feel like we are pretending like we know how these things work.
Right.
And we really don't.
Right.
Instead of being humble and say, I really don't know how this stuff works, but let's learn. You see what I'm saying? Like, you all on social media, you see, think about this. You see families that are not in the Nation of Islam social media giving testimonies, how they have come together and used their incomes and they are doing great things for their families.
Come on.
And they are dead, according to our standard. And you mean to tell me with this supreme wisdom, we don't have enough sense to say, let's come together as a team? Of course, we're not putting all of the weight on the sister. We still got what we have to do, but let's see how we can do this as a team while we're working to get this weight off of you.
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
And sisters, I don't know, like what sister in this day and time would say, you see a man struggling, you like, my money is my money. Okay, and we all about to be out here sitting.
Right.
Get your candles then, because we about to be sitting in the dark.
Struggle together.
And make sure we about to be sitting in the dark. Like, come on, man.
Come on.
That is wonderful.
Brother Kawi, we're gonna get Sister Tashana last. Brother Kawi.
Okay, yes, sir. Yeah, if $50,000, if you feel he's ready for a wife, yes, sir, go get your wife. And I just want to say, it's a lot of emphasis always put on the financial part of things. It's so much more to a marriage than just financial. You got to be a spiritual leader, an emotional leader. You have to be a physical leader. It's so many aspects to just being married. And if you just put all your weight on just the financial part of things, you could potentially not get a good husband. You can always make more money, but to find a good man, a FOI that's willing to go hard and work for his family, man, that's priceless. You can't put a price on that. So if this man's saying that he only make $40,000 a year, but he feels that he's ready to get married, and you got to consider him very seriously. That's just where he's at right now. He's not destined to be a forever $40,000 a year man if he's a FOI trying to hold down the MGT. So, take a chance on that man. Support him. Back him. Encourage him. Be that helpmeet to help him meet his overall goals that Allah made you, especially only you to be. So, yeah, you get married, brother, at 20,000. My son is 19 years old. He got married.
Wow.
He living with me. I said, well, son, you got to get out of here, bro. You can't. So, he's saving his bread. He's saving his money right now so that he can get his apartment and then move his wife with him. Well, I guess he liked her so much and didn't want to be walking around the malls being, with all them feelings and being wrong. He wanted to be righteous, and I respect him for it, and I support him. But he don't even make that type of money. He had the wherewithal to go get him a queen, a MGT, a Vanguard, Nation of Islam. So I salute him, and I got his back. So now, if he making 50, you doing good to me. So yeah,
50 grand.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, that's look. Yeah.
Khadijah, when started. So yes, ma'am, Sister Tashana.
Yes, sir. So first of all, that figure was crazy. A family of four with expenditures of over 8,000 a month. I know autos are not necessities and bills, so I feel like half of that can be cut out.
All
But
right.
but we're gonna have to see a breakdown of what that might
Right.
be, 'cause
What
that's
that looked like.
right.
Mhm.
But with that being said, like I don't want to paraphrase the minister, but I cannot this popped into my mind of I believe it's in the Twitter books, the Twitter sayings, where someone asked the question as a woman about what should she do if her husband who was taking care of the household can no longer take care of the household anymore.
Mm.
Mm.
The minister said in so many words that basically as a woman we should be covering down. We should be, while our husband is working, working on something, having something prepared so that if those hard times do come about, we're able to cover down on that and help him to get to a more stable position. So, as women, as MGT, like we can't afford to be idle women. We can't afford to be unlearned or women who are not working, even if we are housewives. As we say, we should always be, if we truly love a man, care for a man, we take interest in his pursuits as well as ours, and we're working and helping him if he's working on a job, coming back home. At home, we should be also putting in something to allow us to build an empire, have sustainability, be able to, just grow, like not just sitting at home while he's working himself to death and we're not doing anything. And then when something happens and have a skill, yes, Sister Angela, and we have many skills that we can use. So we can use our skills to sustain ourselves because if we are doing the work, we're living righteously, we're striving to be on our deen, Allah will put things into place so that we don't have to worry about, the struggle is going to come. I'm not saying that there's not going to be struggle, but we're not ever going to have to worry about being totally without because Allah provides for the doers of good.
It's go ahead, brother.
Three things. I'm
Lord.
gonna be brief. One, they've done research, they've done studies to show that married couples have higher increases in income.
Mm.
Secondly, I heard the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan say this in a lecture one time using the actual facts in student enrollment, teaching the principle of budgeting. He said, think about your budget, your income as the circumference, like the circumference of the planet Earth. 24,896 miles, right? I get
Yes,
that
sir.
right?
Yes,
I
sir.
need to be a little rusty. And then he talked about your diameter. It's the diameter that determines your circumference.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know your money only, and this is your budget, then if we're going to be together, we got to begin to downscaling our budget.
That's right. That's
That
right.
might mean we can't ride in the Benz, but we're gonna be in the Toyota Camry for right now.
Right.
We
That's
might
right.
not be able to take a trip to Hawaii, but we might can go right to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Then we come together with this is what we have, this is our diameter, and this is our circumference, and this is what we can operate on.
Right.
Our sister Angela had posted something on her Facebook page a week or so ago, and I've been asking her to see if she can send it to me. It was something about from Sister Ava, and she was talking about the very same thing we're talking about right now.
Mm.
So if the minister says, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, in this day and time, it takes two incomes to keep your head above the water.
Mm.
You ever seen a movie? Don't drink your juice while being in the hood. Remember the little movie
Yeah.
they made?
Yeah,
You remember when Keenan Wayans, when somebody would say something deep, he would say, message. If the minister is saying he's trying to let us know, message,
Right.
right.
find a way to work together to keep us both from drowning.
brother minister, I was I was actually in a discussion with a couple, and the couple, Muslim couple in the nation, and the sister indicated that in our courtship, we discussed finances. We discussed that he will take care of the bills and I will stay home. And I said, okay. She said, and so his rebuttal was, well, what if I don't have it? Or what if something happened? Are you going to continue to stay home? And she said, well, I didn't sign up to go to work. I signed up for what you, I signed up to be home. So I said, and that's when you have to counteract that question. Yes, we can sign up for this now. However, if anything happens to me, are you willing to go back to work to help me out to build our family? You know, and a lot of times I don't think that the questions are being answered in the terms of reality, because again, a lot of our situations, I mean, even with, okay, and brother Mark can bear me witness, I was like, how much brother making? Because hey, let me tell you something. I already got my own house. I already got my own car. He got to match my swag. So, and then, he came and he was like, what the brother said, he make this, what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, cool. I can handle that. When we got in our marriage, my husband lost his job. I was like, God, dog.
Look at that.
Hey, quick.
Look at that.
But I know Allah was testing me, because that was one of the things that I feared in regards to,
look at that.
Now I'm taking care of another man. And oh my God. But I knew that test actually was like, okay, here is another test. You failed that test last time. Are you going to pass this test? And how worthy is he for you to pass the test? And I did, only by the grace and mercy of Allah. But not only that, I was also pregnant and taking care of the household, helping to maintain the household. So it was double pressure on me. But again, Allah showed me that if you can stand the test of time, the blessings at the end of the tunnel, it's going to be so many that you ain't going to even be able to handle them. You're going to have to give them away, because it's going to be so many.
That's right.
And see, Sister Kalila, you have to tell that testimony, because I'm willing to bet there are other sisters who've had that same thing and they have survived that.
Right.
And so these questions that people are dealing with, like, I believe this in the lessons when it talks about Musa had 59,999 books. No man wasn't walking around with that many books. And we know what that was symbolic of, right? But I think that Master Farah Muhammad may be trying to tell us that people are books. So like what you just said, you have to how did you make it through that? How did you handle your doubts? How did you handle the difficult things? Because in that, other people going to realize they can find their way. Because just like what you said, we have these ideas, and the brothers idea me very well. I'm going to take it, and then something happens. Now what?
Right. And again, back to knowing yourself.
Yes.
Knowing yourself, identifying yourself, and knowing that this is a test from God. Because I'm talking about right when I said I do, that brother said, by the way, they just let me go. I was like, what?
Y'all been married for how long?
Oh, Lord.
7
My
years.
daughter. What you say, Brother Mark? We've been married for 12 years.
Well,
Praise be to Allah.
12 years. Yep. So it happens. And I think a lot that, I should look. I did tell Sister Daquel that story, because it resonates with a lot of sisters, and it deals with the fear factor that sisters been just handling these things on their own, and then all of a sudden this stigma, oh, I'm taking care of a man, and no, you're taking care of your husband, not just a man, your husband, that you said to death do you part, to sickness and health. That's who you taking care of, and Allah sees it.
Right.
And imagine a man that had been providing for his family, let's say 15 years. And in 15 years, he falls on downtime. And this person saying, no, we can't do that because you promised this. And here this man is saying, this is temporary. And you saying that I can't have you. And think about how many times this man has had her back. Now let's talk about the sister you're talking about. When you've been working he works, the sister's at home, and she comes home, oh, babe, I didn't cook today. No, he could say like, yo, that's your department.
Right.
I'm out here working.
Right.
Well, he says, you know something, honey, let's go out and get something to eat.
There you go.
And now when I need you, now they want to toe the line now.
Right.
And that's the type of stuff that's destroying our marriages, man.
Right. That's it.
And kind of having people hesitant.
Yep. That's it.
And,
Mr. Willie. Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Shona.
I would like to add a little bit to that, because that statement, I didn't sign up to work, really, that hit me, because if you're a Muslim, you signed up to work.
That's right.
Come on.
You do not look like going out of the house and clocking in on a white man's job, but our work is in the nation building.
Right.
And as women, as I said before, we can't afford to be idle women. So if we're in our 7 units, because our 7 units are not just the surface level of cleaning house and sewing and everything like that, but if we're capitalizing off our units, we're taught that we can use our 7 units. That can be our base so that we can gain some income for ourselves and our nation. So we signed up for working for Muslims.
Let me say this, dear family. Too often we say, oh, yeah, I love you, and I love you, and I love you. But what is real love? It's not aborting the mission. It's not aborting the process when there's some difficulty that is experienced.
Right.
No, we got to go through the difficulty and through going through the difficulty and in love with each other. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna figure it out. But it takes the team, as Student Minister Willie was discussing it earlier, to come together and figuring it out. Sister Tyshawn is showing a beautiful example. Like, shoot, hey, let's start up a company together. You got the contacts. I make the bean pies. I make the products. You got some contacts. All right, temporary. Come on, let's make this work. And that could be the brother could be employed again, and that could be a good portion of the income could come out of that, in addition to a full-time job. Let's say.
Praises be to Allah. Okay, so this question is for the group, but mainly for the women, the MGT. How active, and I think that Sister Nakisha alluded to this question, but how active should you be in the process of finding, well, men and women, your spouse? Should you leave or should you leave it up to God? You know, I love, listen, I love my Christian sisters. Let me tell you something. I love them to life. When I say I love them, and when I say, if you have never met a diehard Christian sister that talks about Boaz, and I'm gonna find that Boaz, and Boaz gonna come to me, and he gonna be my Boaz. Baby, oh Lord, you see my Boaz and Boaz and Boaz. I say you're gonna be a boring if you think that God is just gonna send you something and find you, and find something for you, when you open your door. So my question is, how, should you be waiting for God to just send you someone, or how active should you be in regards to your pursuit? And that's on the male and the female side.
I'm going to defer to Sister Tashawn.
This is Tashana, what you say?
We don't believe in a mystery God.
Come on,
That's right.
boy.
Come on.
So that's in our supreme wisdom. Who is
That's
that
right.
mystery God? There is not a mystery God.
Right.
We've been waiting on the mystery God for however many long, and we're hungry, naked, and out of doors.
Mhm.
So, you know, if we want to change something, we do the work to change it. I mean, that doesn't mean be quote unquote thirsty and running behind every man that we see. But as we talked about earlier, we talked about if we're not seeing a potential mate in our cities traveling around and seeing what is available. That means doing the work doing the work within yourself to know what it is that you need and what you need to work on in order to bring that mate about or know what you're looking for so that you can quickly go through whatever courtship process you enter into and you can ask the right questions so you can make those determinations. That means you know, going to these events that
There you go. Let's talk about this event.
podcast right now. The deadline to register is August 29th. The dates are September 11th to the 14th. So go ahead and get your ticket so you can be in the place to meet your mate.
Say the deadline again, Sister Tashana.
The deadline is August 29th. That's 8 days away.
8 days away.
Yeah.
All right, brothers, go and sell some extra final calls to make that money. Go ahead, Sister Tashana.
That means also doing the work also. I don't want to brush past that because we can, when in our loneliness, we can become so absorbed in finding a mate that becomes our exclusive object when really Allah is our exclusive object and we can make him sufficient in everything that we do. And we know that he desires, he wants us to be in marriage. He wants us to complete that half of our faith, complete our deen and becoming married. So he's not going to leave us without. But first, we have to qualify ourselves. And one of the main qualifications is doing the work.
That's right.
That's right.
Being active in our mosque. Being active in our mosque and being active in, you know, doing the first mission, which is helping to resurrect the people. And once we focus exclusively on Allah as well, you know, we will be able to be put in a place also wherever we go to where, you know, we may, like someone said earlier, we may just meet our mate in doing the work because we have a common goal.
Praises be to Allah.
Brother Willie, I'm gonna say something. I just be ruffling people's feathers.
Bring it. Bring it.
And some people will disagree. They say no. In the courtship manual, and I know they're saying it's not the courtship manual. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was asked that question, and he talked about it is permissible if a sister puts in a courtship request.
That's right. That's right.
That's what he said. The other thing, and people, this will be tripping me out though. Oh no, because there's sisters who sometimes hear that. I don't want to do that because that's taking me out my femininity. I'm pursuing him. It's not marriage. You are asking to initiate something where we get the opportunity to engage to see if this brother, has the right compatibility for me. Courtship ain't marriage. And I think sometimes the opposition towards that is because in their mind, when you hear people oppose what I just said, they say, because I ain't going to be proposing to a man. It's not marriage. We ain't asking you to propose to him. But this be tripping me out though. But yet we have all of these inappropriate relationships that begin between FOI and MGT. All of them are not initiated by brothers.
That's facts.
Or I don't want to put a courtship request in, but I'm gonna send them a DM. I'm gonna find some way to get his number, and then I'm gonna send him a text message. So we're gonna go and do all of that, but here it is regardless of what people feel and people's perception, the minister said it can be done. But we're not gonna do that. But we're gonna do all of this other stuff that's against our way of life and get ourselves in trouble trying to have the outward look of, oh, because I'm an MGT and I don't pursue. The scripture says when a man finds a good woman,
That's a good thing.
and if let's say you're not gonna do that. Well, at least go to a married couple and say, sister, can you ask your husband to introduce me to this brother?
Right.
Or brother Captain, could you and sister Captain sit down? I would like to introduce myself to this brother. But like while we doing all this pretending, the DMs and the inboxes are burning up. As Nicki Minaj and it goes down in the DM.
It goes down in the DM.
It's going down. But we just oh no, brother, I know, I'm not doing that. If a man wants me, he will see me in my presence. And from my travels around the nation, and the single brothers on here can bear me witness. And we talked about it the last time we was there. Most brothers kind of as a way to not misread a sister's being nice and kind to him. They don't see that as a sister kind of like flirting in a sense. So sometimes if a sister's being extra nice, a brother just say, oh, she's just being an MGT. Huh, brothers? The single brothers, y'all gonna back me up or what? So sometimes they miss the fact that, damn, brother, everybody came here, she gave you an extra slice of bean pie.
Extra biscuit.
They miss you got two, your bean soup cup run it over. So a brother be like, nah, man, that sister's just nice like that. That's just her being empty. Some brothers see that like that. Now, some brothers can pick it up, but some brothers are not attuned to subtleties. You feel what I'm saying?
Brother Mark.
Some brothers don't see.
Brother Mark.
Like, damn, man. Huh? What you say?
Brother Mark.
Some brothers don't realize. Hey, man, do you realize every time you post something on Facebook, she damn near like it and leaving a comment? Some brothers don't interpret that like that.
What? That means something?
I thought she just liked the post.
So that be my thing. So if you're not gonna do that, you say, I don't even want to go to a married couple and say, hey, can you have something at your house and invite me and brother? Like we talked about last time, Sister Darkwell. She was saying a big piece of chicken and dropping a handkerchief. Some brothers don't see that. So what do you do? So this is my question I would ask sisters. And you can't tell me, we're not gonna act as if sisters don't walk around the mosque and Savior's Day and study group and they don't see a brother and say, man, that brother sure looks good. Listen, you ain't that super Muslim.
Come on.
That you don't see a brother like, ooh, sister, that don't tell me y'all don't have them talks. Oh, sister, did you see brother in his FOI uniform?
Right.
Crack.
That's right.
Don't tell me y'all don't have them conversations. So if you having these conversations about the brother, how he gonna know that you feel that way?
Well,
I know you're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up after you finish doing your rock house. You're gonna go in the closet. You're gonna send him some thoughts.
Mystery girl.
Boaz.
The radio in the head.
That's just this thing. I know everybody don't agree with that, but I'm just saying.
you know, we really should have a show on.
Look, Sister Darkwell. We
Yeah,
definitely do.
The clock kept it 100 when we was in.
100.
50.
100. Right.
Kept it 100. Listen, come on,
Well,
man.
you know, MGT Subtlety, that's a good show because I am that slow for a while. You know, I made it.
Look,
I'm in the line every week to get that MGT food. And every week I have an extra farina bread in my bag.
Okay.
And then on the fourth week I said, sister, you keep putting extra food in my bag. Y'all charging me for this? And then she was just like, oh, that's a good brother, but he's
no.
You see my point? Every time you in study group, she did, ooh, brother, that was deep.
have said the original man is a black man.
And all he said was in the name of Allah, but never said, "Ooh, teach, brother."
It was how you said it.
God.
Oh God.
So that's me, you know. So hey, listen, I be having this conversation in our miles. I be like, all right, yeah, because I ain't gonna do that. All right, let me know how that works.
Right. Exactly.
Woo.
Praise
Wow.
be to Allah.
The view. Those are my views that don't reflect the 7 region coalition. I don't get nobody.
We're not liable for anything.
Right.
Yes.
We do not own the comments on
We'll speak up on his own behalf.
Praises be to Allah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Would anyone else like to comment?
I mean, my answer is not as dramatic as Student Minister Willis, you know.
I've been around and I've seen some stuff,
Yes,
brother.
sir. No, my answer is more on the line with the sister here. You know, you just work. You know, when you sick, work. When you broke, work.
Ooh.
When you're looking for a wife, work. Take it.
Come on.
Do some extra duty at the MGT class. Get a, you know, especially in the city like Atlanta when you got like 150 to 200 sisters regularly going to class on Saturday.
What?
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, but
brothers be like, oh yes, I would like to be on MGT post.
Yeah,
but no, just work. That's it. Be seen. And you know, it ain't no spook God, ain't no mystery God. You got to get out there and find your queen. That's my answer to that. Work.
Praise be to Allah.
I need this. I want it before time runs out. I got to say this as it relates to the single social. Somebody called me, text me today, and he asked me, "How are they going to have young sisters? Are they going to have young sisters at the single social?" I said last year there was several young sisters, but the thing that I told them is that you young, you need, if you want to get young people there, why you not talking about how you going to the Jacksonville thing? Why you not calling them young brothers and young single sisters in the nation and saying get here? Like we kind of fell into this mystery God stuff. Like, oh, is somebody else gonna do all the work and I just come in there? If you young and you feel like there's no young single people, you tell them to come. You feel what I'm saying? And get them there. Like, use your power and your influence. And then when you come there, show you, hey, and stop leaving there saying there was no younger people there. You feel it? Like, yo.
Just say you know younger people that you may be interested in, but it was definitely some younger people there.
Thank you. That's my point. Because they were young believers. There were young. There was
a lot of them actually.
Yes,
yes, absolutely.
Sister Tyshana, you haven't commented yet.
Yes, she has.
She is. I
apologize. What I said.
It was very brief, beloved. I apologize. Sister Kalila, we are running out of time. Up, if I may ask one more question, just in preparation for the upcoming single social. What kind of special features do you have at this year's gathering? This is to everyone.
Well, I heard about that the new games to the minister really came.
Ooh, I can't.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm gonna buy one too. You gonna have a couple.
Oh, you know we will. That's what the winning team is about. That's what the winning team is about.
Winning team.
Can you tell us about the name tags that would be used? I mean,
if you ever played the Taboo game, and we were actually in Jacksonville and we played the Taboo game. I said, man, we need to do something like this for the nation, with nation theme, right? And then last time when we came, we had the just I don't know what the word was, but it wasn't a real thing. It was just a draft, the experiment, and we tested. And we had fun. There's a bunch of stuff, as Sister said, the Sunset Cruise. There's a bunch of stuff. Man, it's Jacksonville, Florida. We can't travel out the country. Like, I can go to Jacksonville, Florida. Come on, brother.
And not only that, we have a testimonial wedding that's going to also be
Mm.
taking place.
Go ahead.
A testimonial wedding that actually happened at the beginning of the embryo state of their vows. So they're going to show you that this regiment works. Just show up. Not only that, we also going to be on Thursday. It's going to be the answer 3. We're going to actually be blocking off a whole entire theater with just Muslims. Have you ever seen a whole theater with just Muslims watching a film
about it?
Yeah, first the Sunset Cruise. Of course, our illustrious brother Willie is gonna be bringing the jewels. We have Naira is going to be talking about courtship. We're gonna have, brother Lawrence that's gonna come and bless us with things that he's gonna be talking about. And then we're gonna have this lecture that's gonna bring it home in regards to, what we have all talked about and what we should be focusing on. And I think that the beautiful part about it is the features is one thing, but how much fun we have in the process. It's like you have no idea. We honestly get the opportunity to be ourselves.
Come on, that's right.
Righteously be ourselves. So, what better way to identify your sister? I be like, I didn't even know you get down like that, or I don't even know, brother, you get down like that. Oh, I didn't even know you can dance. Oh, I didn't even know you can sing. Oh my God, that's really cute. And then even when we had it to the point where we were like brother Minister Willis indicated that we were actually at Sister Angela house for like almost what? I mean, we were about to see the sunrise. Everybody was like, y'all, we should have brought our prayer rugs. That's just how much fun we had at this social. And the beautiful thing about it is, this is what I like. As a honorary chaperone, I am also engaged with the singles to where if they come to me and they say, hey, Sister Kalila, I've been kind of checking out that sister, hey, good brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, okay, I'll be right back. Give me a minute. But that's how, honestly, the sister and the brother who's getting married right now, that's how that happened. He showed me a blueprint 2 years ago of what he wanted. Sister Vivian came and she matched the blueprint. She said, well, I'm just here with my 2 daughters. I ain't really into all the hoorah. I say, the devil's a liar, Shamala. I have somebody for you. And guess what? They're getting married at the single social. So with that being said, come on. Enjoy yourself. And like Minister would say, it's Jacksonville. It's Florida. So we might get a little bit of the sun. We might get a little bit of the beach. You got a lot of things that we have in store. So praises be to Allah.
Don't be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed. Praises be to Allah. All right, so let me explain. I love y'all, but this is going to have to be a rerun. So I have to close this out. Small 1-minute closing remarks. Brother Kawi, go ahead.
We're going to time you.
Why everybody should be getting? Why everybody? Okay, with a question. Why everybody should be making their way to Jacksonville, Florida, as a single?
Go.
Proverbs 18:22. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. That's less than 1 minute, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Sister Tashana.
Well, the minister and his on YouTube, there's a lecture called Louis Farrakhan Speaks on Marriage 1983. And he says marriage in Islam is a sacred contract which every Muslim must enter into unless there are some special reasons why that Muslim should not. But it is binding on every one of us to marry. No brother, no sister is to go throughout life without marriage. That is
Mm.
against the law of Islam.
Against
Wow.
the law.
Beautiful.
Y'all breaking laws. Okay,
Beautiful.
I'm sorry.
Praise to Allah.
And we're gonna end with Minister Ridley.
I would say because what Sister Angela and the committee there are doing is in accord with carrying out instructions or desire that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan acts to see that we create opportunities for single believers to interact with one another.
Praise
praise
be
due
to
to
Allah. All right. So give those dates again, Sister Tashana, and the website where they will need to go to register. And hey, let's keep it moving, as our dear brother minister, regional minister, brother, our student, regional minister, Brother Patrick, always tell us to keep it moving.
Yes, ma'am. Dates Thursday, September 11th through Sunday, September 14th. Deadline to register is August 29th. You can go to our website, jacksinglesocial.com. That's JAXSINGLESOCIAL.com. Everything you need to know is on that website: registration, meal tickets, the schedule, all the links that you need to get all your extra things, and, stop wasting time.
Yeah, good deal.
Oh,
Sister
you
Kalila,
are.
do we have the flyer?
We have the we have, I think this is it.
Make it happen some kind of way.
Okay, right here. Right here. Okay, we got share ice cream. Do. All right, here we go. All right, this is the website. You go, oh, I'm going to stop the cookies. And this is the website. This is pretty much what's going on. Purchase your ticket for The Answer, The Battle in the Sky. You have Friday, you have Saturday. Oh, I remember that. This was so fun. You have Sunday. So please, I mean, come on. I mean, this is the homepage. This is how you register for, the people in the back. A small donation of, like Minister Willis says, investing in yourself, $110, right? So definitely go on to the website. Register now for fun. I can totally agree. We have fun. All right.
And also, I just want to add real quick. There is a 4-day event, but we are opening up an option if you are not being able to attend all 4 days an excuse not to come. We are opening an option if you're only able to come for a couple of days, those 2 days. We are opening options for you to register for that as well.
All right.
Praises be to Allah. So there's no excuse. No excuses on the table. Make a way.
We got about a minute left.
Okay. All right.
Let's talk about supporting.
Let's go.
Because these platforms, we do this platform right here out of the kindness of our hearts, but finance is real, dear family. The streaming service that we use, they don't say to us, "Oh, y'all about saving lives. Y'all so nice. We're just gonna let you stream for free." Things don't work like that, dear family. We have bills just like everybody else, and you help us defray on those bills by making a contribution here tonight. Just like with any of our other programs that have been geared towards saving lives, and this program tonight has in fact been about saving lives. Please make a donation here tonight. May Allah continue to bless you all and your families. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. And then also, Brother Tony, you can close us out.
Dear family, be sure to tune in next week. Same channel, same time. May Allah continue to bless you all and your families. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.